for coming out tonight. There was an unbelievable showing here at Haas. You had students, you had community members, you had some faculty. I met a professor from the School of Business, and so that's what a Haas Pavilion is supposed to be, a gathering place for people. Basketball-wise, I was very pleased with what I saw, because I saw ball movement. I saw players making each other better. You know, a few things to clean up in every situation, but I'm grateful for the community. Thank you so much for coming out, because now we get to have this simulate a game, so thank you.
A couple of things that stood out is you have multiple ball handlers this year, and you had two squads where you had multiple ball handlers, and looks like Maddie and Lee and Devin are pretty active under the hoop, even though they're not necessarily known as scorers per se. Are you pretty happy with the development on both those ends?
Yeah, let's start with the players you mentioned around closer to the basket. Madi Sissoko, Lee Dort, Devin Curtis. Three excellent players. You know, Devin Curtis stepped into some key situations last year, helped us win some games, did a really nice job. He's got a great mid-range pull-up, can block a shot, did a nice job out there tonight. Lee Dort, physicality, you know, really does a nice job of using either hand in the post on his jump hooks. And strong rebounder, very, very strong rebounder. Madi Sissoko comes from the lineage of Michigan State. Madi's a tremendous leader. He knocks down free throws. He can actually stretch out and make a three occasionally. You know, he and I are still negotiating on that part of his game, but he's got a great turnaround over both shoulders in the post, so, and just rugged. And so we got some great interior players. The guard play, yes, multiple handlers, guys that can make their teammates better, so I'm pleased with that as well.
How is this team different from last year's team?
We have more depth. Yeah, we have more depth, much more depth this year, and that's going to help us. Last year, when we had injuries early on, we ran into a couple brick walls on some one-possession games because we just ran out of gas. But the depth is a big difference, Jake.
What's the most difficult aspect of having basically a whole new roster?
Well, you have to reinstall an entire system. You have to reinstall everything on the defensive side of the ball. You have to reinstall the offense. Now, Vlada and Devin have done a good job kind of imparting some of the shared knowledge that they have from the previous year, but you still have, you know, basically 11 new scholarship players, and you have 4 or 5 new walk-ons. And so because of that, we've done a lot of two-a-days once official practice started. And the 4 hours over the summer that we get a week on court, we tried to break it into 4, sometimes 5 sessions of, you know, either 4 one-hour sessions or, you know, 5 35, 40-minute sessions with a little bit of shooting afterwards.
Is it a mystery of developing chemistry because these players are unfamiliar with each other?
We've been working on that all summer. We've done a lot of team activities. We brought the team to my house. We've taken them to different places. And we do a lot of stuff in the film room, and they do a lot of stuff off the court too, just around campus, and that really helps to develop chemistry.
Having seen practice a couple months ago and seeing what they look like out there today, look night and day better. Obviously, when you have a group of guys that are working together for a couple of months, things are going to come together. But are you pretty happy with the way the chemistry and everything has developed? It looked pretty smooth out there for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, I think players are starting to really understand the offense and the defense a lot better, and we're beginning to define roles. You know, we tell players over the summer is the time to really push yourself. You know, if you haven't come off a whole lot of ball screens, we want you to come off a ton of ball screens. You know, as the season gets closer to starting, we tighten up everyone's role to focus on one thing: do what you're great at, and then build out from there.
Can you talk about Blackshirt? Is he the player that he was when you were coaching in the WAC? Is he back to that?
I think Jovan Blackshirt is a better player now, even than when he was in the WAC. Jovan had a tough injury that he's totally recovered from. He hasn't missed a workout, he hasn't missed a practice, and he rarely subs himself out of practice. And so Jovan Blackshirt is a leader. He knows how to run a team. He knows how to take care of the ball. He can make shots. Yeah.
Did you have to see him again to make sure he was healthy before you recruited him as a transfer?
No, because I knew he was healthy. He just, the way the rotations went and the timing of his return from injury, he just unfortunately was out of the rotation to the minutes that he was used to. When I saw he got his year of eligibility, I was banging down his door. And he's better now than he was at Grand Canyon.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks.